Welcome back to 1.2 Braincells podcast.
Yay.
Hola, hola. This is Nati.
Noel.
Honey.
Welcome back to this week's episode. How are you guys, first of all? I haven't seen you in so long. Tell me how you be. Don't make that face at me and just tell me how.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm at Cheesecake Factory today.
Word.
Yeah.
It's National Cheesecake Day.
Wow, I missed out, guys.
On the day of recording, it is.
Yeah, on the day of recording. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You were fine. Our waiter took like 500 hours,
Hmm.
and you can.
it was that European wage stuff.
Oh my god, dude! And you know that Vanna and I are not like Karens when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
But dude, homie, like, no.
Like, at one point, we finished our main course, and we're like, okay, we want cheesecake now. We waited forever just to see him just ask for a freaking menu. I had to just go to the host stand and ask for a menu. And then he took forever to come. He sees us looking at the menu. He's like, oh, do you guys want anything else? We're like, we're going to look at cheesecakes. Okay, cool. Took forever to come back to take our order.
Yeah. Vanna, her throat was the desert because she had asked for water. And, bro, she was almost done with her meal by the time that he actually brought the water. And we had to remind him. I'm
Waiting for water. That reminds me back in Ireland. And I had to eat the ice.
With the cute
Yeah. Not my proudest moment.
What was I gonna say? So we have a cute little new segment because we quickly realized that with weekly updates, despite Vanna always says that she does not have a lot to update.
No.
To
kinda
be
low.
fair, you also stay at home. Okay, I'm out in the streets all day, every day.
You definitely have weekly updates because you be texting us nonstop and updating us in the group chat. You be updating us on stuff that's going on.
Yeah, but there's certain things that I'm not gonna weekly update on the podcast. The juicy stuff I tell y'all, I'm not gonna put that on the podcast. I'm not gonna out my life like that.
Fair.
But when it comes to actual, like, okay, cheese-mate outside, not cheese-mate, but like juicy stuff outside, I realize I'm like, my life is literally the gym, work, the gym, dance, y'all, and then my mom.
Cut the dance, and that's me.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, so anyway, the new segment, besides random thought and weekly updates, is gonna be funny story, and it's small stories. We're not gonna dedicate a whole episode, but it's gonna be funny story. Every now and then we're gonna sprinkle it in there. So what is your funny story of the week, or funny antidote?
Okay. So mine is, y'all know about fish tank, right? How I had to get more plants for it, right? Okay. I have this one fish. His name is Larry, and he's a yo-yo loach, and he's the biggest fish in the tank. He just loves. Oh, he's like you, Nati. He likes to run through the field, right? So he's always like swimming through all my plants, and he a bit of a big boy. On top of the fact that he also likes to nibble at the plants, so he's always uprooting them.
Are you calling me big?
Did I say that, or did I say he's like you, and that he likes to run through the field? That's where the comparison ended.
Okay.
He himself is a bit of a big boy.
It's like when you compared me to Mel.
I'm so sorry. All right.
That's fair. Right. So he likes to not only swim through it and he's pushing the plants apart, he also likes to nibble on the plants. So he's always uprooting them, and he's just obviously, so all the nibbling and pulling at them ruins the freaking plants. So
he's ruining the feng shui of your tank.
Yes, he is. I got a bunch of like dead flowers just floating on the top that I need to scoop out because of him.
Damn.
I know.
Which one's Larry?
He's not out right now, but he looks like, you see that long one that's swimming with the stripes and the circles?
Yeah, he's another one of those.
Yeah.
Cool.
Actually, is that him?
How do you know the difference?
I think that is Larry.
Oh, okay. Hey, Larry.
Because Larry has rings. The other one has a filled-in circle.
Okay. Cool. What's your funny story?
My funny story happened at work. So we like to do, like, the group likes to do wine nights, and with wine nights sometimes we do a charcuterie board, but we don't call them charcuterie boards, we call them charcuterie boards. Right? And so one day I came into work, right, and it was about lunchtime, and I walked through the lunchroom. No, it wasn't even lunchtime, it was early in the day, it was like morning, and I walked through the lunchroom, and there was a charcuterie board, and so I go, by the way, I'm by myself in the break room, I go, oh, a charcuterie board. And at the same time that I'm saying this and like eating off the board, one of our really old coworkers, who's like a temp technically, I think.
When you say really old, what's old for you?
She has a cane.
She's a temp.
Maybe she's just a pimp.
Yeah. And she hears me. She sees me and she hears me. She's like, "Oh, is that what it's called? I didn't know what it was called."
No.
And so now I am faced at the moment to correct her and say, "No, it's a charcuterie board." But then also
blamed her old age and be like, "No, you heard wrong."
Right, but I'm in panic mode now because I'm at work, and so I
Did
can
you just
either
dip?
let me get to the bit.
I'm sorry.
I can either correct her and be like, "Oh no, it's a charcuterie board, not a charcuterie board. Sorry," or I can just bail out. And so, as the awkward introvert that I am, and I dip out. I take some more salami and some more cheese, and I say, I don't even say anything. I just disappear. And so
You
then,
can acknowledge her.
no,
That's worse.
I think so.
And so I'm back at my desk now, and I hear her come up, and she walks up to the supervisor that sits behind me, and she goes, "There's a charcuterie board in the break room." You're gonna believe out the name. And I go, "Oh no."
La pobre señora.
And she goes, "What? A charcuterie? A charcuterie board?" And she goes, "Yeah, that's what I said." And I'm like, "Oh." And she's like, "Oh, okay." I can't believe the name. She's like, "Oh, okay." And she just completely ignores her because she's older. And I'm like, thank the Lord she didn't say it was because I said it.
She might have just been like, "Oh, I must have heard Noelle wrong." That's so funny, bro.
Yeah.
How old is this
And I'm just
other
sitting in my
supervisor?
little cubicle eating my cheese and salami. I'm like, oh no. I hope this doesn't come back to me.
You gonna send that poor señora to HR?
She retired though. She retired.
Oh,
She's good.
okay.
She good. She living it.
Can you just imagine though? You're in HR and you got this little old lady.
Here's the other
in here
thing.
be
She
like,
was also known for saying some of the most like outrageous things. Not in the sense of like saying things like that, but she was a little too political at work. So no one ever paid her mind. So her saying charcuterie.
that's Susan being Susan.
Bro, I just find it funny because I can picture Noelle at her cubicle panic eating her cheese that she was gonna get caught.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, no, I'm so sorry. We that's Minsu's fault. Minsu was the first one to say charcuterie.
Yeah.
And we just went off of that.
I always say charcuterie board now. So every time I see a charcuterie board, even at like work, because I work part-time in a shop, right? I'll see like the pre-made charcuterie boards. I'm like, oh, a charcuterie board sounds so good right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I've made. Is that the one picking the plant?
He's doing it right now.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
What a bunch of dorks.
What was it?
Look at him going ham on the roots.
I was gonna say, my short story was one that my boss actually recently told me, and I was dying. So my boss is very much a chatterbox, my director.
Mm-hmm.
I will come into the office to get some paperwork signed, and we will end up chatting for like a good 20 minutes of whatever random stuff is going on in either one of our lives. And so he's Egyptian, and he was telling me how he had a dog in Egypt, and I don't know what kind of dog it was, but this was years ago when he first came. And that when he decided to come, he left the dog with his best friend, and that his best friend was the one watching him. And for 6 months, not for 6 months, but like whatever, he lasted the whole time. He would go back and go visit his family, the dog, everything. For 6 months, the best friend did not tell him that his dog had passed, because he did not know how to break that news to him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Right?
How did it die?
Natural. It was like
Old age.
Old age.
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't
Okay.
really get that detail because I'm in shock as he's telling me this.
Okay.
And so the reason why the homie had to end up telling him was because he was planning his trip, like, and I was like, wait, but how did 6 months, like, how did he do pictures and stuff? He's like, I guess he was just recycling pictures, or he just took a bunch, and so he would just send a few at a time or something. Like it was a very elaborate lie. And so the only
Jeez.
reason why he found out was because he was planning a trip to go see his dog, because like that was the purpose. And so his friend was like, buddy, listen, old Maxie Poo, he no. And so I was like, what was your reaction? He was like, well, I was obviously hurt, but him explaining his logic, like, I kind of understood, and I feel like I would have done the same thing. I'm like, you would have done the same thing? I was like, that's horrible. I would like just imagining like I don't, I don't have pets, nor am I being someone that I would see myself with pets, but I would never either do that to someone or want someone to do. Just tell me, rip the Band-Aid, bro. Like,
especially it's one thing to not know how to break the news, and one thing to keep the lie going and just send pets pictures.
Yeah,
I'm thinking my pet is having the time of their lives.
Well, he was in doggy heaven.
Fair.
Yeah, that story had me shocked, and then just the way he was telling it had me dying, and I was like, oh my god. So, yeah, guys, don't be doing that to y'all friends, peeps. What's it called? But yeah, so that's gonna be short stories. As you could tell, they were very short and cute and little. Of either random parts of our lives or current parts of our lives. The topic of this week is going to be new versus old generational family values. Can we safely say that we're most likely going to stick to our Latino views?
Yeah,
Latino mixed with American.
America.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we were raised,
American dream.
We were raised in Americanized.
I like that mall.
Houses. Huh?
I like that mall.
You like Elmo?
That mall.
But I'm gonna bleep that. That's too local to us. And so,
oh really?
Anyway, yes. So, would any of you like to start? That was kind of the topic you had introduced.
I'm trying to remember why I was thinking about this.
I'm actually curious as to how you guys would say. Well, one, because like you're E&M, so I'm curious as to what that looks like for you. And then I kind of pretty much have a good idea.
So okay, I'll say this. My parents very much had my parents are a lot older. Okay, let's start with that. They are, I would safely say, 2 generations above me. They had me at a much older age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so for them, from the moment that they were younger, or like let's say teens to their early 20s, the idea was always you work, you support your parent and siblings in the best way you can. Once you have a family, because it is not an option to not have a family, or better said, if you don't have a family, that most likely means that you either are going to be a religious person, like a priest or a nun or anything, or you just did not find the right person. Better said, you failed at finding someone.
Right.
You have your family, raise them, do the whole thing, and that's that. For me, I don't know if it's a my generation thing. I see it a little more common in my generation, but at least for me, I've grown to see more in the sense that I like the idea of finding someone and building a family, but it's not my only option, and it's not a necessity.
Right.
For me, it's very much kind of growing up to now is, okay, I study hard, I get a good job, I support my parents, and then I do with my life what I choose. Meaning, if I decide to, so sorry, you saw me go for it, I'm gonna just plant my feet. If I find someone that I feel like I'm gonna be able to raise a family with, one of the previous episodes, if I've mentioned, how I would want to raise a family, that I meet someone that aligns with that, and we have a family and do the whole thing, great, cool. If I don't, and I continue living my life, me, myself, and I, with my friends and my dance and taking care of my parents and traveling and doing all that, which again you can still do in a couple or in a family, but I feel like your priorities and responsibilities shift a little. I would also very happily do that. And that's also been thankful to women that I've met that have been very successful in their career, that stayed single for a very long time, and they're very much happy with what fits in our current day and age. How about you?
You actually reminded me of a conversation I had once with a friend, how she really wants kids, but she obviously really needs to get her husband, settle down, get married, and then have a kid. And I always said, I was like, I mean, I get why that's ideal and everything, but for me, it's not a necessity, because I mean, I've seen what it is to be a single mother, and you know, that's the greatest example of mother I've ever seen. So for me, it's not a necessity to have a partner and have a partner to raise a kid. I'm like, it's really possible to do it by yourself.
So would you most likely, and you also don't have to get into detail if you don't want to, would you most likely adopt a kid if it were a case of raising it on your own, insemination, or just
I'm leaning towards adoption. But again, I'm still very much on the fence of this is why the topic came to mind, because I'm so on the fence about wanting kids in general.
I was going to say, I was pretty sure that you, at some point in knowing you said you didn't want kids at all. You really know. Not for me.
No, she's always wanted.
Yeah, I've always wanted kids.
It's been
same. But also of late, I just keep pushing that timeline further and further and further, and every day I more so grow to the idea of not wanting kids.
Yeah, heavy on
but
that.
I haven't completely shut that door. I still very easily picture myself having kids, and part of me still very much wants kids. It's just you give up so much to have kids, and that's not something I'm happy to do, especially not right now, right? Because I'm so independent and vastly a selfish person. You can't have that when you got kids. You have to put them first.
Oh, a realization just came to me, but this one can't be said on pod. Remind me after.
Okay. Pause. So
no. We'll talk about it.
I forgot the story I was gonna tell earlier.
Right. So you need to put all that to the side when you have kids, and I, especially now, am not ready to do that, and I don't know when or see myself doing that in the near future.
No, I'll remember this one.
Yeah, so that's why having kids right now is a big old question mark.
I want kids. Or better said, I can see myself being a very good parent. My biggest thing is seeing the world that we're living in now, and there's always the uncertainty as to what's going to be in the future. I don't like the idea of bringing a child into our current world.
Yeah, that's rough.
I don't see that necessarily changing in the next, less than 10 years, because a B is 28. But in under 10 years, I don't really see that changing too drastically. And then also, I see, so you send me clips, but as well in my own For You page, I see a lot of clips of what it means to, how to raise a child. And just to think to myself the responsibility of trying to raise a morally correct, aware, emotionally intelligent
you gotta regulate
person.
yourself and then teach them how to regulate themselves.
Right.
Ugh.
While I'm also trying to heal my own generational trauma, I don't want to run the risk of hurting that kid in trying to help them learn. Because I've seen that a lot with a lot of the stuff that my mom and I discuss, and I think that's why I've grown to sometimes understanding her a lot more, that it's I understand why she did things the way she did, why she tried to teach me things the way she did, even though some things backfired. I understand why she did them, and so I can easily see how, as a parent, you would think, okay, I'm teaching you in the way that I think is best based on what I know. Only for you won't know until that kid's older.
Yeah.
How it affected them, if it's been harmful, if it's been beneficial. There's certain things that are genuinely beneficial, there's no denying it. But there's little things that, again, I have my own healing to go through. And while I am trying to work through that, will I ever fully be able to heal through that so that I can raise a kid? And so just kind of in other scenarios where I'm always saying, I don't want to hurt that third person or that other party. In this sense, the third party or the additional person is my own kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot. It's a big weight.
It is.
Yeah.
My take is on it, at least what I would want in the future is, yes, I would want a kid. I would like 2 specifically. The only child syndrome, bro. It's real. Yeah, but I would want it with a partner. I think if I was single and I got to a certain age where I'm just like, it's not gonna happen. I'm cool with being the favorite aunt, the fun aunt. I'm good.
I like that role.
Who though? Apparently, none of us are gonna have kids.
Hassan, I'm gonna spoil out of your kid.
Who?
Hassan, Jason.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Listen, that friend is the closest one to getting it all. So
fair.
yeah.
Yes, Hassan is gonna have a kid.
Yeah, I'm cool with being like the fun aunt.
Mm-hmm.
I want it for myself. I don't. It's very noble that you would do it as a single mom. I really respect that. I don't think for the type of person I am, I don't think I'd be. I would do it.
I don't have the mental capacity to do it on my own. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm strong like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'm not. Do not put me to the test, the Lord. Please don't.
Yeah. No. Much respect for that. But no, I don't think I would do that. But that's cool. It's cool to hear.
Yeah.
And ideally, I would like to adopt. Though, if my partner wanted to
adopt too.
Yeah.
give birth to one, I'm cool. But one of them has to be adopted. That's where I draw the line.
Would you ever have yourself the child?
No. But what I have been thinking about, and this is because I follow a lot of queer podcasts, the healthiest, like, you need a healthy egg to have
Yeah.
a child. And the best time to, like, get your eggs frozen
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
is in your 20s.
You would freeze your eggs?
I'm considering it now, yeah. Now that I
Oh,
keep
okay.
hearing so many people talking about it. And
Not these thinking.
I was actually going to bring this up on the pod because I was like, this might be something that they might be interested in, especially maybe you. Because, like, you want to have your own kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Freeze your egg now and then later down the line, when you're ready.
I'm not gonna lie. While the idea of that sounds cool,
Mm-hmm.
Margarita had me at 40. Imagine how much better I would have been if I would have been an earlier egg.
Perfect. What you
no,
mean?
Actually, no. I was
That doesn't
determined by
change.
Benito. Yeah, I was determined by Benito.
Yes.
Right, but even
I
if
swam.
you have the ability to have your eggs frozen and have a healthy, safe egg, why get rid of the option?
See, my
But
bit.
considering it a lot.
That's interesting because my bit is always pregnancy is not something I want to go through.
No, but your egg can also be implanted into your
Yes,
partner.
yes,
So
it
that's
can.
the reason why in my brain with you, I myself don't want to ever give birth. Not for me.
Yeah, that's why I've never
I'm
considered.
not gonna lie. I can't picture you pregnant.
Exactly. It's just not for me. Sorry.
I just can't.
All I see is this girl just eating all the nuggets.
Bro,
her and
oh my
Kobe
God, you
just
would-
on the couch.
I love you, and I say this earnestly. I don't find you annoying, but I feel like you would be so annoying pregnant. The
Yeah.
way that I know that I'm gonna be so sensitive and so needy. Oh man, I pity the partner that I have once I do decide to have kids. Also, I have thought about it.
Mhm.
The only thing that for me why I'd
about what?
rather not freezing my eggs.
Okay.
I wouldn't freeze my eggs because in the idea of like, okay, I would have a healthier egg,
Yeah.
but in that sense, my womb, my uterus would already be too old for that young egg. I would much rather if I have. Are you laughing? My old womb?
It is a serious topic. You pull out the accents.
Yeah. I would much rather either if I'm gonna have kid on my own, great.
Mm-hmm.
If I've passed a certain age that it wouldn't be the wisest to have
Mhm.
for whatever reason, I would happily adopt
Mm-hmm.
because I when I was a nanny, I grew to love those children. Well, not all of them, but especially.
Hence the reason. Sorry, let me finish. Finish your thought and then I'll.
Yeah, no, I just saw how much love I grew for those children, and I would tell my mom all the time, like,
Yeah,
I
I
love
see it.
this kid so much. I can't even fathom the amount of love that I'm gonna have for my
Yeah,
own.
you would say this.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's why, like, if I don't have them, me, myself, and I would happily adopt. And to me, it's the same. Like, it's my child nonetheless. Carry on. What were you
I
gonna say?
agree because I'm always on the I've always been on the I rather adopt. But simply I want to have that option if my partner wants it.
Okay.
Like if they're really dead set on giving birth and they're like, I have the egg and they're like, oh, I want that and that's an option they want, then I just want to have it available.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
But no, I'm telling you, I'm drawing the line. One of them has to be adopted.
Okay.
Nice. Cute. Did you want a Chinese baby? Did you want an African baby? apparently there's a lot of adoption in Peru, although I don't know nowadays, but back in the day it was very legal. Like
Illegal?
not illegal, but the way it was done was illegally. Like I have a friend that she was adopted very unethically, and so she's reconnected with her family, and
she wasn't actually like a friend. Someone took her.
yeah.
Oh, that's sad. That's
Yeah.
tragic. Considering there's plenty of babies that need homes.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
real. No, that isn't something else I've thought, because it's like the culture is another big sense. Like if I adopted a black baby, I don't have the history or the culture or the knowledge to teach them about their history.
You can educate yourself. That's
I
good.
would have to educate myself. But I feel like you learn more
through the experience.
That's fair. I mean,
but I'm not opposed to it either.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fair. Yeah, because I mean, I've always mentioned I've always leaned towards adoption for the sake of babies need homes, and I don't want a person want to get pregnant. That's always in the back of my head, because on one end, like I don't care. I don't have a preference. If a baby needs a home and I can give them a home, I'll give them the home. But on the other, like Noelle said, like I'd have to educate myself and then help raise them through that, and that's maybe a hardship that either I might not be equipped fully to help them with as much as I would love to and want to, or like same thing. It's something that they themselves have to go on a personal level that I can't connect to.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the episode of Modern Family where Lily,
You got the good one?
Lily's in school. She's learning about families and their culture, I guess. Or like, and so when she goes home, she's like, I'm a lesbian, and it's because
that one. I was thinking.
Or no, I'm gay. Scene. She goes, I'm gay, and they're like, gay. No, you're not. And then it's like,
I'm not being mean. I'm gay.
Yeah. And so they find out it's because she doesn't know that she's Vietnamese, and she's gay was that's a funny scene. You know, you put it often. It's funny. No, the other scene I was thinking of is so Mitch and Cam adopted Lily, who's Vietnamese, and then they have another married gay couple, and they adopted a Korean, and they go, they got the expensive one. Yeah,
oh my god,
yeah.
no.
That was Modern Family's funny.
I love that show. It's my comfort show.
It's a great show.
It really is.
I easily rewatch it.
I've seen it
it's
so
always
many
in
times.
rotation.
I haven't seen it fully, but one of my favorite scenes that I've seen a lot is the ones like, that like woman and her little brown friend.
Yes.
And talking about like the university.
It was
brown.
that Colombian and her little brown friends.
Yes. It was so funny. There's many funny bits.
Yeah, I love that show. Such a comfort show for me.
Yeah, I always love to bug my mom, because she was never open to the idea of adoption herself, and so for her, when I've mentioned, because I've always thought of adoption as an option as well, she would, I don't want to say would try to influence me, but definitely would try to make me understand why she was against it and what was her views on that. But in time, with me explaining how I felt and everything, she's come to understand that she was like, okay, no, yeah, you are the type of person like that could do that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because in the times I'm like, yeah, because she was like, wait, so do you choose them? I'm like, I don't know, I haven't gone through the process, but quite honestly, yes, you do choose, but I'm not going to be particular to like a race or ethnicity or anything. And so she was like, huh. And she's like, okay, so like if you have an Asian baby, I'm gonna have to learn Asian cuisines, and if you like,
we're right there, we're Peruvian, like it's right there.
I also told her, I'm like, Mom, it's a baby, so it's gonna grow with whatever I give it, right? Like I'm half Peruvian, so I've mostly eaten half Peruvian. I've mostly eaten Peruvian food, but had I been raised with maybe more of a Dominican influence in the cuisine, I'm gonna be honest with you, I know how to cook. I don't know how to cook a lot of like my actual cultural dishes. There's a few that I do know, but not like throw it down in the kitchen like a on stew. No.
Oh man, we're gonna lose that when they go.
No, we're not. I'm working on it. I'm collecting recipes.
Y'all need to write them down.
Don't you worry. I'm gonna get
to learn to cook.
What's it called? Yeah, no. I know how to cook. I now am learning the recipes so that I could be cooking these. Throwing.
I need to learn how to make Jean's steak and ribs.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
If there's a one thing you'll be responsible in the cookout, it's gonna be that. That's the one thing we'll put you in charge of.
I asked my dad too what his recipe is to the ribs, right?
Some so juicy.
He was so secretive about it. He's like, "Why?" Because I'm trying to learn. He's like, "No."
What do you mean no?
Like because he was asking so many questions. Like, maybe. I'm like, damn.
Oh, bruh.
Probably when he gets older and doesn't want to do it himself. He's
Yeah.
like, you know what? No, well,
Like
it's your time to shine.
I gotta be careful because the minute I learn, he'll never grill again.
you gotta try to.
You gotta f up every other steak. You know, can't have 100% success.
Set the grill on fire.
no. Whoa. You give us the good recipe, but then when you make it for them, you throw it off a little, and they're like, you haven't learned yet. But you
Sneaky.
perfect it
Sneaky,
with
but
us.
I like it. I like it. There you go.
Yeah. But no, oh, I'm so sorry. What was I gonna say? Yeah, no. So like, for example, my kid, even though I'm half Peruvian, half Dominican,
Right.
they are gonna have that. What?
One eternity later.
Yeah.
And we're back. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm Peruvian Dominican, but I also love so many different cuisines like Indian, Korean, Thai, and even like, for example, Sally was over the other day while I was meal prepping, and I was making like a Korean influenced chicken, or a Korean seasoned influenced chicken. And so him being the weenie that he is, he was poking jokes at me. And so he's like, how are you Peruvian and you're making Korean food? Mind you, he wasn't serious about it. He was just being a butt. But I've explained that to my mom as well. Like, one, yes, if I adopt a child from a different culture, I would make sure that I'm very educated in the culture to raise them in the culture that they're coming from. But at the end of the day, they're also going to be adopting a lot of the or not adopting, I'm going to be teaching them a lot of the similar stuff that I've grown up with, and different things that I've collected throughout life, right? And then they themselves will go and find and explore and all that. So yeah. So generationally, I feel like you see a lot of those differences when it comes to choosing whether, to have the family, how to go about it. I also see well, actually, Noah, I don't know if you want to speak too much on it, because I feel like, for example, our parents are at a different generation than your mom is,
Right.
when it comes to certain things. How would you say that maybe, I don't even know how to phrase it, like, I guess how yours differs, or, how you would say that, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like it doesn't differ that much, because it's very much it's Spanish tradition, right? It's like my mom was very much always said, like, she always put me first, right? Her kid comes first, which I still believe. I'm like, and I think that's it should be universal. Like, when you become a parent, your kid is first. But yeah, she was always in the mantra, like, oh, my kid comes first. Like, I will always love them no matter what.
Yeah.
Our values don't align right now, but I don't know. I don't really. One, I'm not really understanding the question, because I feel like my parents are like, it's very like the same to you
I
guys.
guess it doesn't apply to you because how you see family values and stuff is very similar. Dude, I'm like,
I'm barely hearing you.
Can you hear me? I hear myself very well.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, I was pushing
Is
my
the
closer.
volume on your headset?
Girl. Oh my god. It was close to my lips.
Because sometimes you hold it like this.
I know, but that's.
Oh, I didn't see it like that.
I'm sorry, I just kissed it. Where were we? Oh no, I was gonna say, I guess my question more comes that, given that your parents are a different generation than ours, if you feel like there's a difference between what our family has valued, or what our parents have valued, versus yours.
No, I don't think so. Like kids, again, it's like, kids come first. You raise your kids. They gotta be good people. They gotta go to school. They have to go to university. Which growing up, I'm like, I don't know if university.
Yeah, I don't agree with that take.
Yeah, I don't know if university is something you have to do nowadays. And I wouldn't push my kid for college. I'm like, you gotta figure something out. College ain't it. But my family's different. Like, you have to go to college.
Okay.
That's the only one where I would see sticks out.
I have a question for you then. What are your thoughts about chasing your dream? Right? Like, chasing, how people are like,
oh yeah, no, in our family that was not a thing. You don't chase your dream. Your dream is a dream.
Though, what would
Personally, for me, chase your dreams. Be able to financially support yourself in the process of chasing your dream, though.
Okay.
Here's my thing, and I think that's just because that's how I took the view of my career. my parents were very supportive in the sense of whatever I decide
Mhm.
to study was fine. I almost always aligned with STEM related things, so they were rest assured. However, in my kind of like navigating, changing different
Mhm.
majors, the different jobs that I've had, I've come to understand, or I feel like your responsibility and your financial, how you want to be set up financially and how you want to live out is what should determine what career you want to do. And you should choose a career that you're still going to like going to do the work, but it doesn't have to necessarily be your dream job or your dream to accomplish.
That makes sense.
Because, for example, for me, ideally, I would have wanted to be more like my career, more dance related.
Mhm.
But realistically, that wouldn't have provided me the financial support that is needed to be either one, a functioning adult in this day and age, or having had to have a family later on. So I always saw, okay, so I'm going to have a job that I like. For example, accounting, I like it. Or I always liked math and numbers. So I found something within that I liked. I like my job a lot. I'm excited to grow within it. But it is a means to the dreams that I actually want to accomplish, which is, I want to be a better dancer. So I have this job that pays well, that allows me to have extra money to chase that dream of dance. I want to travel the world. So like, I would kind of teach that to my kid. You have to have the responsibility and maturity to understand that your job doesn't have to be like, if your dream is to be a really good painter, yes, you could make money off of that, but the chances of that happening is very slim. You have to be very realistic. And I think that comes from the fact that in a lot of things, when it comes down to paperwork, I'm more realistic and stuff. So that's something that I would definitely teach
See,
my children.
my take on it is like, yes, right. That's why I say I'm like, chase your dreams, but be able to financially support yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So just because, like, let's say you want to be a pro athlete, right? You want to go pro in sports, great. And I will support you that. I will take you at 5 a.m. to the gym to go shoot hoops or kick soccer balls, whatever it is you need. But then if you're going to want to pursue this professionally, you have to be at the level that you can make it financially. Right. So then if you go to college, okay, great. You're going to college. You have a scholarship to play sports. You're still going to, get your degree in something and chase your your basketball dream or whatever. But then at the time of college, you can't get drafted. Then it's like, well, buddy, you got to figure it out.
Question, completely unrelated, but I'm curious. When an athlete goes to college to play sport, what do they normally study?
You can study whatever you want.
No, I know, but like
Would you be
Business.
intelligent to do business or like sport management or
Business.
anything?
Yeah, that's usually what they do. Or they do
Okay.
sports medicine.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I'm like,
same.
obviously, if your focus is going to be on the sport you're playing, you don't want to have like such a laborious coursework.
Can't
Yeah.
go and try and be a doctor.
Or
while
like
being
even
a
if
sport.
like all these like YouTube social media influencers, great, buddy. If you want to do that, work on it. But you're still gonna work a job to support yourself, and you can do that after your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's like this.
That
Like
sounds fair.
we do. I mean, this is more for fun for us, but if we were to want to actually pursue it in a much more serious way,
Full-time way?
outside- Yeah.
If I saw us like getting to, like, again, like, this is for funsies. If we ended up starting getting views and started to make money, then I would, and we started to make money, right? Then I would be like, all right, guys, we have an opportunity here to fully invest and commit to this,
But see,
or just keep it on the side.
before you make money, there has to be more dedication.
Yeah,
to it
no, I
before
agree.
it gets there. Yeah. Like my silly little edits and our combobulated put-togethers is very initial. Like if we were to want it to like be
That's something like if we were to go viral and then we kept going viral and then we continued to grow a following and then,
I'd be terrified as hell. I'd be like, oh my god.
I'd be like, I hope my job don't find us. That'd be my quote.
Really, that's funny because I wouldn't mind if my job found out, simply because I don't know. I mean, I say it at work all the time. Like what I do at work is separate from what I do in my life. So Yeah, I'm a dancer. Yeah, I do my podcast. Yeah, I do. Like, I talk about it openly and freely. Yeah. And I get the work done. And I haven't said anything too crazy.
No, we haven't said anything crazy. But still,
Nah.
it's just like
Nothing damning. Anyways, back to the family stuff.
Mhm.
What was the last?
yeah. What was I just saying?
I'm sorry.
You should be.
Oh, choose a career. No,
Yes.
live your dream, but as long as you can financially support yourself.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah,
Which is
yeah.
a fair lesson to teach, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're talking
That's
about
how
the
most
option of
millionaires
college
are
right now.
made, anyways.
What?
Right? Like new gen millionaires. Typically, they make their money after they work their main job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
5 to 9.
A lot of viral people that we've seen, or a lot of people that have had a lot of success, either between podcasting or whatever the case may be, were people that, again, started because they wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
and then started gaining traction, and then therefore applied themselves to actually put it out. So, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Anything else you guys want to add to the family stuff?
I'm sold on that American dream, though it's not. The American dream isn't real anymore because we can't. Our economy. But the whole like white picket fence.
Word.
You're sold
Cute little
on it?
house.
Yeah.
Cute little
white-
dog.
yeah.
Wifey at home.
Yeah. She gonna be in the kitchen. I'm kidding.
No, I'm gonna walk in. Where's my sandwich?
Yeah, exactly.
word. Woman. Feed
Woman.
Female. Where's my sandwich? No, I'm kidding.
God damn.
Bro, that woman, I'd make her all the sandwiches she want.
Cute.
Love that.
But no. I always say it all the time. I'm like, sold on the American dream, but even more, I would love to buy a compound. Like, if you know what a compound is, it's like a big piece of land that you buy, and then all your family, like, you can divide the land, which you don't divide the land, the property's under one person, or an LLC. But everyone lives on the land together as in, like, a community. We're essentially bringing, like, small villages and
Baby,
communities
that's always
back.
been the dream we joked / are serious
Right?
about.
So you have a house here, you got a house over there, you got a house over there, you got a little garden, you know.
See, ours was a mansion where
ATVs.
Vane had the east wing,
Mhm.
Manny had the west wing. But this
Mhm.
was when we were old and senile
Mhm.
and Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
I don't know where I was going to be located, but all I knew is that they were in separate wings.
Yeah.
She was going to be senile and he was going to trigger you in some way. I don't know. But all I know is we were all going to live together.
Yeah, I want a compound. Like, my parents could live on that side, I could live over
Yeah.
here. You guys could have you guys can visit. I'm kidding.
I wasn't going to be happy as being thrown in the same home together. Bro.
I know.
Right?
Because this one over here says she's going to run my farm. My farm. I run my farm.
Who's gonna run your farm?
You.
I didn't say I was gonna run your farm. I said, can I get a corner so I can have my animals?
No, you said you wanted to be VP.
That's not
Oh.
right. VP is second to you.
Yeah.
Assist.
Yeah.
Anyways. My farm. No, I'll share. Obviously, I want, like, again, I just want to bring back the old style community. Like, if we could all have houses next to each other,
Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
that's
If the porch light is on, that means come in. If the porch light is off, go away.
Yeah, and I think I just remember about that because we have such similar views and both political and moral and religious too.
Yeah.
That we'd probably raising
But
our
you
kids.
can't go with her ex.
Yo, that
Call
really hurt
back.
you. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
we're still thinking of the room.
what's it called? I was gonna say that for a while it was a joke, but then I think at one point we decided, yeah, no, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
We decided that we would happily get married, do the whole thing together, raise children, but we would be E&M.
Like a lavender marriage?
Yes, but between us two.
Yeah.
So we get our action on the side, but in all honesty, we would go and raise the children and everything together because we line up very much perfectly.
Yeah.
Which I am very down for the idea. Now we need to saddle the up at this age
Because it's going to be a real thing.
It's going to be right. That's going to be real soon at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
We're both 28 now.
Yeah.
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 I
And
have
I'm
no
like,
prospects
every
of
time you
settling
guys say
down.
this, you're like, you're running out of time. And I'm like, damn, we're running out of time. And then I'm like, wait, I got 4 years on these guys. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Like 10 years and you're fine. See, I was
You're gonna blink. You're gonna be 28. No, I'll watch.
dude.
I don't know. I feel like right now, mentally, I'm getting my life together.
Good. No, you also
Right.
have been set up a lot more than we both have been.
Financially, sure. Mentally? Emotionally?
Mentally, emotionally, you can get there, baby. Financial is this day and age, bro. It don't matter. Who cares if I
Listen,
Listen,
Argentina, I'm
here's the
sad.
thing though. It's
Maybe we raise our
it's
kids in Argentina.
but
We're sad.
listen,
Go.
it's theirs, not mine. And at the time they die, my parents are gonna outlive me. I ain't gonna.
Babe, but not even that, bro. Like, I'm not saying what's theirs. I'm saying the way that they have set you up to the savings and the way that you're able to financially manage yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You are far beyond where we are
And I'm single.
at 25, bro. So if the thing is, okay, emotional and mental, you can eat. That's something that you
Like
can
I'm saying, I'm getting my life together, mentally, emotionally, maturity, and financially, I'm well off.
Aren't you 24?
Yeah,
yeah,
but I'm turning 25.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah, no, you're set. Great. I'm emotionally, mentally mature. Yo, this economy, like, it's a struggle out here.
Yeah.
And mind you, I've been adamantly working hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
Once I became more.
To be fair, it's like I also see my parents and everything they went through and the sacrifices they make, and I'm like, damn, if I gotta make like the idea of the sacrifices they made sound insane. I feel like to regular people, to me, it's like, oh, they did it, I can do it, and I'm willing to make those sacrifices. So it's like,
No, for sure. But yeah, no, as we were saying, no, I was gonna say before we jumped into all that I remember being 25 and telling Vane, if I decide to have kids prior to 35, knock it out. As I'm getting closer, I'm like, holy, 35 is not 10 years ago anymore, or 10 years. Like it's not coming in 10 years. That's 7, which I know it's like, 7 to 10. No, that is a difference, bro. That is a huge difference, and that is something that's gonna come like this, and that's very scary. Do I think I'll be okay? No, I'm gonna be fine, for sure.
mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the idea of okay, like being fully, well, are you ever really fully ready for a family stuff? I don't know, but
I don't know. Here's my mentality, and this is definitely my ego speaking. Everything I've ever wanted in life, I've gotten. So
me too. But yeah, I've told Vanya a bunch of times, I've been able to speak things into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I'll be like, oh, I want this, and it'll happen. But I don't know, it's a little scary. This is very scary. And also I think this kind of relates back or to, if we haven't posted it already, religion episode that we recorded at one point. For me, something that I think is starting to set or making things quicker for me is my parents are a lot older, and so for them, they want to see me already set up in certain ways. True. That I'm like in the timeline that I want for myself. I don't want that so quickly.
yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
Oh, well, that's another difference, because my mom definitely doesn't put pressure on me to get married and have kids yet. She doesn't.
My mom's asking me when I'm going to have kids. In fact, she's telling me I'm having kids next year, according to her numerologist.
Next year.
Supposedly.
Was it the one that you told me the other time?
I don't know.
Next year. So you have to be pregnant within the next 3 months.
Yeah.
No, she could get pregnant until March, and she would have.
Y'all need to chill. Stop talking about me getting pregnant.
Yeah, we're not speaking that into existence.
Well. So your mom said it first, not us.
Yeah.
The numerologist said it first. I don't believe in that.
All right. You speaking it out loud.
Yeah, we're speaking it too much.
I said supposedly, and the whole time I've been like, "It's not happening, mother. It's not happening. It's not happening." Anyways,
Low key, I can see you with the kid. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it's because I constantly, not constantly see you with. That's why.
yeah. See, my nephew's another reason why I'm like, kids might not be for me, because I love that boy to death, and I would easily die for him. But boy, am I thankful. At the end of the day, I can give him back to his mother. Can't do that if it's mine.
It's. I think about it a lot when, like, let's say we are like randomly like, oh, let's go do this.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a child, I can't just let's go do this.
That's how I am with Kobe. You guys, let's go. I gotta find childcare. Hold on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. You figure it out.
Yeah, no, but I don't want to.
But we're saying at the drop of a hat, you can't just. Or
I'm
you won't
also
always.
the person that said in past episodes I'd be happy with wife and kids by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That was me at 25.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, here I am. But to be fair, for me, what's turned me off a lot to the, or better said, what has made me more open to the option of not is, the people out here to try and make a family.
That's another thing. But that's what I said in the beginning. I mentioned it's like I don't. From what I've seen
you
in a
said
family,
you said it too before. You're like, why would I lower my standards when my friends can meet? How do you say it?
Why would, well, I don't remember the exact phrasing, but all I know is that why would I lower my standards when for you guys it's a walk in the park to treat me the way you guys treat me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friends be setting the standards too high.
I honestly, I would much rather have, but I don't even think it's high standards, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's patient, understanding, loving, attention. I don't think it's that hard. And I'll tell you, there's guys that like that exist, and I think that's what, or partners like that exist. And I think I'm grateful for the people that I do know that are in great and loving relationships. Your sister is one of them. Sarah's another. Sarah's a funny one though. Because I don't remember if it was when she was first dating her boyfriend. I think they've been together for a while now. We were texting about something, and she was like PMSing and all that, and he sent her. He lived at that time, I think, a bit away, like a few hours away. He sent her a care package, and she's a vegan, so with all her little vegan stuff, just because he cared. And I go, he did that? She's like, yeah, he's cool like that. And I'm like, and for her, it's so nonchalant, which I love. I'm like, I mind you, she is grateful, but it's not like it's not like she's like, obviously he's doing that, right? And in my head, I'm like, I like, some of these guys want me to send them a care package, and I'm just, and not that I wouldn't, it's just, you know,
yeah,
it's a struggle out here, bro. It's a struggle. I mean, I didn't mention in the other episode, but I went out with a guy that got offended just because he had to open the door for me, and it wasn't like,
what was that wife treatment?
I don't understand that, right? And I don't know if it's just me. But like every time I've gotten to pick up a girl for a date, I just stand outside my car. Now, part of it is because I don't want fingerprints on my door, but I just stand outside my car.
We could have left that out because I was like, Noelita's so cute, and then the tear went back in.
No, but I do. I just
opening the door for her, right? That's what you're saying. Yeah.
So I stand outside my car, and then I say hi or whatever. I'd be awkward as hell. Don't know if I should go in for a hug or not. And then I let her into my car and close the door.
That's a cool
I feel like it's so.
No, apparently some people here don't.
The
even
bar
have
is
door
on the
open
ground.
For them. Yeah.
I mean, granted, the moment it happened, I was like, the f- going on here? But literally, we were, and it wasn't even like, I was like, you're not opening it, I'm not going in. No. It was, I was adjusting my jacket or whatever. We get to the door, and he just stood there, and I was like, and I'm still adjusting, and I was like, what's the holdup? And he's like, what? You want me to open the door for you? And I was just like, what?
Even caught off guard, I would just fucking open the door.
Even that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, right? But, that has shied me away a lot from the idea.
Oh my god, I was thinking about this the other day because I saw a TikTok and I was gonna send it to you guys. I don't remember why I didn't. Where they were talking about how chivalry is dead, and then for some reason it got me onto the topic of like, okay, so is chivalry simply a gender thing that men can only do to women? Or can it also be reciprocated?
Bro, I'm the most chivalrous person. When that's my baby, I'd be taking that masculine energy on another level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm thinking back and I'm like, I feel like chivalry can be described in so many instances. But for me specifically, I remember I was in a restaurant and I dropped my fork because, awkward.
Yeah.
And I'm just clumsy. I dropped my fork and I'm like, I gotta ask for a fork. And then the waitress came and I forgot. Also, I was, anxiousness, gay mess. And she asked for a fork for me. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
You were like Marita in that thing. Oh my God, you got me a fork.
Oh my God, yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
That's
and funny. I made that joke so many times too.
No, nothing. Just remember you when we were at lunch today, and I'm the one that paid. I gave the waiter my card. He brings it back, drops it, he gives it right to Natty.
I got that big D energy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like it, and it's not just with Vane. Like I think, in general, or better said, with certain people, I've noticed that a more, but see, then that would. Because in my head, chivalry does come or has always been associated with men. When I'm at my more masculine energy, I'm more chivalrous with the people around me, more specifically the women around me. However, I think the better way to phrase it is I'm around certain people, or depending on the situation, I'm taking care of them more, which normally, for whatever reason, is associated more with masculine.
See, but I think it's just caring, because I even I remember this instance.
That's why I switched it up a little.
Yeah,
bit.
because I remember in this instance, it's like, okay, the other instance, it's like, oh, the guy's supposed to open the door for the girl, and I remember, I don't know, I think this was in high school. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but we were going in somewhere, and it was a big group of us, and it was this couple that was with us, and he opened the door for her, but then obviously all her friends were with us and whatever, so he held the door open for everyone and let everyone through. But her act of chivalry was then she's talking with her friends, but then she sees that he gets caught up holding the door open, and she stops and waits for him, and everyone walks ahead, like not walks ahead, but like keeps going.
I think chivalry would then be best described as just having proper manners and being aware of the person around you and caring for them.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, because I'm like, she cared enough to wait for him, right? And then they walked in together.
Yeah, because I think chivalry just comes from the fact that back in the older day, you were courting a person, and so that's where the chivalry kind of comes in. Yeah. Okay, good. We talked a lot about all that. We jumped a lot in this family value things from like
yes, we did.
And
on chivalry.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah,
pretty standard to. No, you're good. That's pretty standard to our episodes.
Our brain cell.
Yeah. So as previously said, most of these topics, we kind of reach a certain surface level, or at least if we got deeper into it, we can possibly retouch it at a different point, maybe with different guests or whatever. Do you guys have any closing thoughts, or you're kind of good in the stuff we've mentioned? Anything you wanted to mention last minute?
I'm heavy on the chosen family versus family you're born with.
I think that's a queer thing, though.
A point of view.
Yeah, that is very different from
the saying like blood is thicker than water, that actually isn't right.
Saying.
It's the blood of the coven is thicker than the water of the womb, which means that the bonds that you create are stronger than the ones you're born into.
Yeah, actually, that's very different for different generations, because I feel I know you've mentioned that most of your family are in back in Argentina.
Yeah.
So it was very much you and your sisters and your mom. Noel and I, having grown up in a very big family, I can very safely say that the bonds that I've made through, different.
I was gonna say our family is big. It's just that they're special, so they don't want to be around each other.
Yeah. But
my mom's logic was very much 5 for 1 and 1 for 5. That's it.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I've introduced or talked to a lot with my mom, because at first she didn't understand. For her, it was always like, well, it's your siblings, so your siblings are your family.
Right.
Versus in my friendships and in the family that I have with you guys, right, with my core people that we mentioned in a previous episode, I'm like, that's my family. Like, that's my chosen family. That's the family that my kids are going to grow up around, with, obviously your family and all that. But, yeah, I agree with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cute.
So we're all pretty much on the same page with that.
It seems to be. Yeah.
You're going to have kids before us? Von and I might be the...
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, you're open to it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Like, keep that away. Also, time is ticking, but also keep that away.
I'm vibing in my tia era, bro.
Cool tia era?
Yeah. I would make a great aunt.
I'd see it. I think so. But you gotta have the kids here, so.
I'd like to think...
You gotta have the kids?
Yeah.
Because it's not looking like it's gonna be me.
Well, your mom said it's gonna happen for the end of the year.
We don't talk about what she said with the neurologist.
Bro, if one of you had a kid, I would spoil the shit out of them.
I see it, but that means I have to get. I can't take that for the team.
I would honestly, though, I would love to see our group with a kid. In the sense that, like, okay, yes, Lily
Like
brings,
one kid for the whole group.
No.
No, I mean like how the group handles having a kid in it now.
Yeah,
Right.
Because
If any one of us had, yeah.
right, because like for example, Lily has her 2 girls, and they've been around us, but they've been around us when we're I don't know, like it's
On a few hangouts, yeah.
yeah, like for example, us podcasting. Well, yes, our kid. Well, we have had a kid on the podcast,
Kobe Ching.
Govy.
but how funny would it be that we're podcasting, and then well, no, I would have to blur out the child. Never mind, we would not include the child. No, with everything.
I like the idea of having a wife and kids tomorrow. Realistically, should I? No, we're not there yet. Love the idea though.
All right.
Cool.
But like, imagine wine and cheese night, and then we're giving little blocks of cheese to
He
Vane
gets his
Jr.
sippy cup of juice.
Yeah,
Grape juice.
yeah.
Sandals in here when I walked out. I was like, look at the little sandals.
The little toes.
You see his little slippers?
Yeah.
Cute
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Yeah. Also seeing them grow up, like my nieces and nephews, I've gotten to enjoy them little, but I've also now enjoying them bigger. And for me, I always thought, so I've always said like I like little kids versus bigger kids.
Yeah.
My nephew's now 9, and
Oh,
in
wow.
the last trip, man, the way I've always loved them, obviously, but the way my love grew so much more, and hearing that kid tell stories. One, he's his father's son through and through, and so seeing how his like late father is still like shining through him because he was so young when my brother-in-law passed.
Mm-hmm.
But just, I don't know, man. I came back and I kept telling Vane, I'm like, bro, I don't know about no other 9-year-old, but my 9-year-old nephew, bro, he's so cool. And so like, yeah. Can't wait if and when it happens, but at the same time, if it don't, it's okay. But it'd be a cute idea.
Okay.
You imagine our kids being besties? You imagine?
They better be. They don't have another
They
choice.
have to be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be some Jeremiah, Conrad, and Belly already.
Huh?
The summer I turned pretty. It's 2. The moms are 2 best friends,
Now
And so
was
they-
talking about the show.
and
It
the
sounds
kid-
like
the kids grow up together, and it's the one mom
love
has
triangle.
2 sons, and she has also 2 kids, but it's a son and a daughter, and it's a love triangle between the 2 sons of the best friend and her daughter, who she's gonna end up with. One went to Harvard, is becoming a doctor, and the other one forgot to read an email, so now he's in $20,000 of debt because he has to repeat a semester. Super senior. Guess the one she's dating right now.
Super senior?
right
I
now.
was technically a super senior, although for us it wasn't considered super senior. Engineering school, or at least in Stevens, it was very much like you either did co-op or if you switched whatever, it was no biggie.
Anyways, we're rambling now.
We're really. Anyway, wow, yeah, we were supposed to end the episode like I think 5 minutes ago. So are you okay?
Yeah, no, my shoulder for some reason locked up.
Oh no. Anyway, on that note, please follow us at 1.2 Braincells_official. Check us out on Spotify, on YouTube, on iHeartRadio, on Apple Music, and all the other streaming platforms we may be on.
Mm-hmm.
And an episode comes out every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Check
Noon.
us out. Send us, comment, like, do whatever. If you want to be a guest, please message us, and as long as the 3 of us agree, we will do it. So thank you again for watching us this episode, and toodle-loodle.
Toodaloo.
Peace out, brain cells.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.